Hello everybody, it's I, SkinnyDude here, bringing you some news I think you should know about Hearthstone. So, if you haven't heard yet, Year of the Mammoth is rotating out and we are getting Year of the Raven in place of it. Now, with the new set coming, that means that Karazhan, Grimesheets of Gadgetzan, and Whispers of the Old Gods are all going to be moving to Wild, which means goodbye to Jade Idol, goodbye to Rozaka's decks. Now, with those being moved, I would not recommend that you buy any packs from them because they're going to be moving over to Wild. Now, some other news involving the new Year of the Raven. If you win 10 games in the new set, and the first set that they released for Year of the Raven, you will unlock the new Druid Hero, Lunara. So, like I said, you'll get a new quest that will appear in your quest spot. It won't even replace the quest. It'll just actually move that quest to like a 4th spot if you have 3 open. And then once you complete this new quest that they're going to give you, that old one will come back. But that new quest will be to win 10 games in standard mode in the new meta. Once Year of the Raven releases with their first set, you will get Lunara. So, yes, there will be cards that are going to be moving to the Wild format from standard, or from the original set. Sorry, Classic. And those cards are Ice Block, Coldlight Oracle, and Molten Giant. Now, some news involving that. Ice Block, everybody's been predicting that. They wanted it since the last set. I mean, I can kind of understand it, I guess. It was in almost every mage deck. Aggro Mage, now with all the secrets, runs it. Control Mage runs it. So, at that point, once they move that away, then we could see some new mage decks start to shine. Now, Coldlight. Coldlight was definitely a heavy hit for me to understand, because I guess people just didn't like the Kingsbane rogue nowadays, using the Coldlight to draw it as soon as they break their weapon. And I mean, I would say Blizzard didn't like it because it burned cards, but they made Gnome-Pharactu, which burns a card. So, how does that, so they can't justify by saying they didn't like cards being burned because then they play Gnome-Pharactu. I guess they just didn't like that it accelerated you a lot when the only cards that really should be accelerating, like Mage's Arcane Intellect. Some other possibilities, at least in my opinion, for the hit pool that they should have moved over besides those 3, and I'll get to Molten Giant in a second, because there's some more news involving that. They should, in my opinion, Doomguard, because now Q-Block's just going to run rampant. What other cool Warlock decks are we going to see on this meta besides Q-Block now? Hopefully this new set brings some new spice to spice up Warlock, because all it's been is Cube and then N'Zoth variant with Rin. I mean, in my opinion, I think Doomguard should go, just because of its charge factor, or at least make it lose charge, maybe buff it up, make it be like a 6/8 or something for 5 mana. You know, they don't need to have Doomguard still in this meta. But anyway, Divine Favor is my other pick, I would say, to put up on the chopping block, because Paladins use that like crazy. They just reload, and then once they get to the aggressive point, they just reload their hand and match the control deck's hand, and then basically outpower them. So, now back to the Molten Giant. So with the Molten Giant, it will now no longer be 25 mana. They are removing their nerf that they did a year or 2 ago to it, and it's now going back down to 20 mana, and it's now going to go over to Wild for people to use. So maybe they figured that once it hit 25 mana, nobody was using it, period, Wild or not, unless you were playing the Naga Sea Witch deck over in Wild. But now that it's 20, you can now start to see more of that in Wild with, like, Warlock. But I'm assuming that they changed it to 20 and moved it because some cards in the new set that they're going to release for Year of the Raven are going to involve manipulating health totals. And that might just be too complicated involving the Molten Giant. So that's why I figured that they're moving that over. So, after hearing all these, my opinion is that I'm excited for the new set. I don't know why they had to get rid of Coldlight. Maybe they just thought milling cards were just too strong. I happen to like the mill archetype. I didn't really think that there was a problem involving the mill archetype. With Molten Giant being changed, that's sending off some red flags. Hopefully you guys should start to see a little bit of, stuff going on here. My advice to you guys out there, if you do not currently own a Molten Giant, make dust to craft the Molten Giant or Ice Blocks. Or Coldlights, I guess, but those Ice Blocks and Molten Giant especially. Because those are moving to Wild with them, going to the Hall of Fame. That's the word. Oh, I can't think of the word there. Hall of Fame. They're going to the Hall of Fame, which means Blizzard will automatically give you 400 dust back for just having the card. And then you can disenchant on top of that for 400 dust extra buff. You get what I'm saying? So, by doing that, you really get 400 extra dust by making those. If you wait till the next set hits, they rotate out and then you disenchant them. So, they said, the Blizzard devs said that they are going to be announcing the set next month. Now, they made the video today on the 27th of February. So when they say that they're going to announce it next month, I'm assuming that they mean March sometime. And they said very soon. So my prediction still will stand on the table, saying that March 11th, because that's when it says the Wild Arena and all the Wild festivities are going to end with that. Is March 11th. So somewhere around March 11th is my prediction for when that they're going to say news about their next set and what's to come. Speaking of the next set, here was a preview that they showed in their video of what the whole Year of the Raven is going to look like. I personally have never played WoW, World of Warcraft, so I don't know what these pictures or symbols here could mean, but they certainly look fascinating, at least from my standpoint. It looks like the middle one has something to do with magic or some sort of like arcane power, so maybe it's to replace the Karazhan theme for magical stuff going on. But yeah, so I would say after this video, save up enough dust to make ice blocks and molten giants, because we don't know when the next set's going to hit and all that. And hopefully I'll be able to give you guys card reviews on cards when I find out when they hit. And with that, see you guys later.